Okay, everybody. Good evening. Right, although we are more in the slow flow yoga this evening, we are actually going to start off with the bolster. The bolster, though, if you are using a proper bolster, might be a little bit big for this first position. So if you do find it too big, something a bit more like that sort of cushion might be better, or a rolled up blanket. So something that's maybe not quite as high. I'm going to use this because I know that I'm all right with it. But feel free to use something smaller. So if you take it across your mat, with your bottom on the floor, go over so it's just on the underside of your shoulder blades, and then take a block for behind your head. So if you don't have a block to put behind your head, then you're going to go with something flatter underneath the back of your shoulder blades, so that there's no strain in the neck, your head's supported. And then take your arms overhead and have your palms facing each other. Lift your legs a little and stretch them out, and then lay them flat to the floor. Toes point up toward the ceiling. So your bottom's on the floor, your head's supported on the block, and your rib cage is lifted. When we do something like this in class, often people have it too high up the back. So make sure it's not just underneath your shoulders, it's underneath your mid-thoracic or the lower shoulder blade area. And I'd like you to stretch your thumbs along the floor so your arms are as parallel as you can get them. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels so your lower back is long. And just look straight up with your eyes open but soft. See if you can make your gaze to the ceiling not too intense, just a soft focus. My ceiling's just white, so I'm not looking at anything in particular. And if you are looking at a pattern on the ceiling or anything like that, then try not to focus on that one thing, but just to kind of gaze straight through. 3 more breaths, breathing through the nose. Keep the arms actively reaching. 2. One more smooth breath, toes are still pulling up. Bend your arms, bring your hands behind your head. Lift your head up by bringing your elbows forwards. Once your head's up and you're in a little abdominal curl, put your elbows down or your hands down onto the floor and come up the rest of the way. And you can leave that gubbins behind you for a moment. Wriggle onto your sit bones. Feet are still pointing up. Bend your right leg in. Cross your foot across to the outside of the left knee, left arm around. Walk your right fingers onto the floor behind you, or maybe onto the block or bolster behind you. When you twist to the right like this, the right leg will want to fall out wide. So use your left arm to gather the right thigh bone up and in as you twist. As you look over the back shoulder, very slightly dunk the back ear so that the head doesn't lift up too high as you turn. And then look forwards. Bring the sole of your right foot inside your left leg. Place your fingertips to the floor, lift tall, and then just hinge forwards from your hips, keeping your spine long, keeping your fingers out on the floor. Come up, knee up. Straighten your right leg out. Bend the left leg in, foot to the outside of your right knee, right arm around left leg. And then left fingers onto the floor or block behind. As you turn, notice how the left leg kind of falls outwards, or would if you weren't holding on to it. So use your arm to help gather that left leg in. Keep turning all the way to your head. The tendency is for the chin to lift. So see if you can just drop the chin a little, dunk slightly down into the back ear. Not that it's dunking into anything, but just a slight dip down. look forwards, turn forwards, drop the left knee out to the side, sole of the foot inside your right leg, fingers down, push yourself long, and then hinge forwards from your hips, whatever amount is manageable for you to keep a straight leg and straight spine. See if you can breathe the crown of your head further away from the tailbone of your spine so it stretches you even longer. Come up, both legs in front. Hold behind the back of both knees and bring the legs in so your toes are turned slightly outwards. Place your hands onto the bolster behind and sit on it. And then walk your feet in to the edge of the bolster so you're in a supported squat, elbows inside your knees. Lift up through your breastbone and take that same soft gaze forwards that you had when you were looking up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Smoothly in, smoothly out. 1 more breath. Receiving it in your body. Hands come to the floor in front, straighten your legs, turn your toes forwards. Dangle down, hold on to opposite elbows, letting your head hang between your arms. Bend your knees as if you're about to sit back down on the bolster. Reach your arms forwards and squeeze your sit bones together to activate your core muscles, your buttock muscles, your leg muscles. If you struggle with that, put your hands on your legs if your back needs any support. And then push all the way up to standing and try and bring your feet in a little bit narrower. Try and replicate a similar feeling in the upper back as when you were laying over the bolster, only it won't be as intense. Reach up through your arms. And then let the back of your head go back slightly, roll your eyes up, look between your hands. Bring your arms all the way out to the side and all the way down by your side. Turn round to face your bolster. We're going to take a forward bend, so just with your feet pointing to the bolster. Hands to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, bend forwards from your hips and actually feel your hip creases going in deeper. Place your hands down onto your bolster, or if that's too low down, you can grab a couple of blocks and put your hands on blocks and try and come into a flat back. Your thigh bones press back, your hands are on your bolster or your block, your waist is long, get the weight of your body into your legs, but let your hands support directly below your shoulders. And then look down onto the mat, keeping your head in line with your flat back. Bend your knees, again as if you're about to sit down, squeeze the sit bones, extend your arms forwards. Push all the way up, little back bend, look up. Arms wide, bend from your hips as your arms come out wide and come all the way down. Hands onto the bolster, move that off to the side of the mat. Place your blocks either side of the mat. And then whichever way you want to face on your mat, whichever way you're orientated at home, come into a downward facing dog. Spread your 10 fingers, press down through the knuckles. And feel that pressure of your hands pressing forwards along the mat rebounds into the top of your thighs, pressing back. Feel your thighs strongly pressing back in your legs, your waist getting long and your head in line with your spine. Lift your gaze forwards, step your right foot forwards, then your left foot forwards. Come onto your fingertips on the floor and try and get a flat back. And if you can't do that, put your hands on your shins to get your flat back. And then hands can go around your calves or hands can go flat to the floor as you deepen your bend. Open your arms all the way out, come all the way up to standing, little back bend as you look up. This time maybe your palms can touch. Arms out wide to the side, look straight forwards, and then bring your hands together in a prayer position at the centre of your chest. Let's take a little balance there. Balance down in your right leg, turn your left knee out. Place the sole of the foot on the inner ankle or inner calf, or bring the foot up above the knee joint to the inner thigh. Keep pressing your palms together and lifting up through your breastbone. Drop your tailbone down toward the earth so your belly engages. Take your thumbs to your shoulders and then extend your arms straight up, palms facing each other. Feel a hint of a lift through the upper back and chest, as if you've still got a little bit of that pressure present from the back bend you started in. As your arms go out wide, bring your knee forwards, place your foot down, bring your hands to prayer position, back at the centre of your chest. Turn your right knee out, foot to inner ankle or inner calf, or above the knee to inner thigh. Again, drop the tailbone down, hug your belly in. Feel your straight leg pressing against the sole of your foot. Thumbs to shoulders, arms go straight up, palms face each other. As your arms reach up, also feel an energy moving down through your body, down through into the standing leg. Thumbs are pointing back, elbows as straight as they can go. Inhale, arms out, knee hovers in front. Exhale, hands to prayer position, come back to standing. Be back at the front end of your mat, whichever end the front end of your mat is for you. Inhale, arms lift wide and up, take a little back bend as you look up, maybe palms touch. Exhale, bend forwards, feeling there's a crease in your hips as you bend forwards. Flat back, hands could be on shins or floor. Step your right leg back to downward facing dog. Step your left leg back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Try and bring your ears between your biceps. 2. 1. Look forwards, step your right foot just inside your right hand, and if it doesn't get very far, use your right hand to lift it forward so you've got a generous stride. Turn your back heel to the floor so both heels are in line with each other. Come up with a straight right leg and open your arms. Level your left shoulder with your left hip and level your hips on a horizontal line. Bend into your right knee for warrior 2. Breathe behind your breastbone and feel the breath spread out from your chest out underneath your arms, like the breath is under your arms, supporting them in the air. On your inhale, straighten your right leg again. As you exhale, bend your right leg, this time drop your right forearm onto your leg and bring your left hand behind the back of your pelvis. I'll flick round so that you can see what I mean if you need to. So with the back of your left hand on your pelvis, lengthen your tailbone towards your left heel. Hug your belly in. And then left thumb to shoulder, extend your left arm by your left ear and turn your gaze under. Extended side angle. And the arm you're resting on or leaning into, press the shoulder away from your ear so you're nice and spacious around your shoulder and your neck. One more breath, nice and long through the reach in that top arm. Lift the back heel, place your left hand back to the floor, step to downward facing dog. Look forward, step your left foot inside your left hand, and if it gets stuck, lift it. Nice long stride. Turn your right heel to the floor so heels are in line. Come up, straighten out your left leg, open your arms. Hips on a horizontal line, right shoulder with right hip, and bend into the left knee. Warrior 2. Again, feel your breath open out your chest, out into your upper body. Feel and hear your breath, wind moving in your body. On your inhale, straighten out your left leg. Exhale, bend it again. Take your left forearm down onto your leg, the back of your right hand on the back of your pelvis. Roll your right shoulder back, start to turn the torso. So left ribs turn in line with the left thigh, right ribs turn toward the ceiling. Lengthen your tailbone, the pelvis presses forwards and the left knee stays wide. Extend your right arm by your right ear, turn your gaze under. Feel your right foot and your right arm reaching out long, creating length. Last inhale. As you exhale, hand down, lift the back heel, step to downward facing dog. Step the feet back a few inches and shift your weight forwards to plank position, shoulders line over thumbs. Push out through the heels, firm your thigh bones, firm your thigh muscles against the thigh bones. Keep your gaze on the front line of your mat. Bend your elbows and see if your chest can land about in line with your fingertips. Point your 10 toes, stretch them out along the mat. Roll your shoulders back as you lift for cobra, lightly press through your hands as the chest lifts up. Keep the pubic bone anchored to the mat. As you roll back through the shoulders, elbows hugging. 2. 1. Last inhale. Exhale, lower down. Keep your hands there and push back to child's pose. Your hands might slide back a bit as your hips go back, but keeping the arms out straight in front. Hands as wide as the mat. Slide your hands all the way in towards your knees. If you need to put some extra padding in, do. Which I'm going to do. And then once in your knees, a couple of fists apart between your knees. Or just look down, they want to be in line with your pelvic bony points at the front. Hands onto the back of your pelvis, fingertips are pointing down. Press the pelvis downwards, using your hands to encourage the pelvis to drop downwards. Firm your belly in. Elbows narrow and lift your breastbone. Keep the top of your head pointing up as you keep lifting your chest. Strong in the tummy still, up through the breastbone. Come all the way up. Step your right foot forwards. Lunge forwards. Again, use your hands behind the pelvis to drop the back of the pelvis and firm your belly up and in. Thumbs to shoulders, arms straight up, and then see if you can bring a little upper back bend, as if you're leaning back over the bolster you had right at the beginning. Lunge your weight into the front heel. Last inhale. Exhale. Place your hands down inside your right leg. Lift your right toes up. Use the blocks if you need to, so that you can get your spine long as the sit bones reach back and your chest reaches forwards. Right toes up towards right shoulder. Place the blocks off the mat again. Bring both knees back to kneeling. Step your left foot forwards. Hands behind the pelvis. Press the pelvis forwards as you bend into the left knee. Lift your belly up and in. Elbows back, chest up. Thumbs to shoulders, look up maybe. You can place your palms together. Straighten the front leg out, bring your hands back onto the blocks. Left toes lifting up towards left shoulder. Both knees come together, blocks off the mat, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, feel the top of the thighs press back. This time lift the right leg in downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards. Turn your back heel just a little way in to the mat. So the back heel is in the centre line of the mat and the front foot is more on the more right side of the mat. Hands to hips. Take your hands to the back of your pelvis, drop the tailbone down and press the left hip forward slightly as you bend into your right knee. Lift up through your chest, thumbs to shoulders, arms up, maybe look up, maybe palms together, warrior one. Keep the back heel and the back outer ankle pressing downwards toward the mat. Straighten your front leg out, hands onto your hips. Bend into your hip creases. Use your blocks as you come down to place your hands onto. Draw your right hip back, your left hip forwards a little as you try and square your hips off. Flat back position. Bend your front knee again. Place the blocks off the side of the mat, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg as you inhale. Step your left foot forwards, just inside the left hand, and turn your back heel to the middle line of your mat. Come up, hands on the back of your hips, bend into your front knee. Let your right hand help roll your right hip forwards as you bend into the left knee. Thumbs to shoulders, arms up, warrior one. Keep letting your breath flow evenly, without any strain. Breathe through your nose. Straighten the front leg, bring your hands to your hip creases, bend forwards at your hips and then place your hands down onto your blocks. See if you can draw the left hip back a little to get longer in your left waist. Keep pressing down through the back outer heel and ankle. Rebend the front knee, take your blocks off the side of the mat. Downward facing dog. Shift forwards, plank position, lining your shoulders with your thumb joints. Inhale here. Exhale lower, bending your elbows all the way down to the floor. Take your arms down by your side this time, palms face upwards. Lengthen out through your legs, press into all your toes so your knees straighten more. On an inhale, lift everything off the ground. Your very straight legs, your chest, your shoulders, your arms. Keep the legs reaching long, even if they don't lift any higher, stretch them long. Last inhale. Exhale, lower down, rest your head on your hands, give your bottom a little rock. Option to bend your legs this time. Reach down, catch hold of your feet, and if not, just repeat the pose you just did there with straight legs. If you've got hold of your feet, then that's fine. If you can slide your hands down to your ankles, then point your toes toward the wall behind you, to the back wall. And then lift with an inhale. Legs pressing your arms long, maybe thigh bones lift. Last inhale. Exhale, release down, push back to child's pose. This time let your head rest on your hands in child's pose. cross your legs or swing them around. Bring the soles of your feet together. Fingers out behind. Press into the fingertips behind you. I'll just turn slightly to the side. Push into the fingertips behind you. Lift your bottom and move your bottom closer to your heels. Inhale long. Exhale, bend forwards. Your hands might now come in front of you as you bend forwards from the hips. Keep working your way forwards. You can take a block for your head if you like. 4 more breaths. On your inhale, come up. And then bring your blocks with you as you come down onto your back, and just have your bolster nearby as well. So we'll take a supported bridge first of all. I'm going to use a block, but feel free to use a bolster if you prefer. Press into your feet, lift your hips, and place the block underneath the back of your pelvis. So it's going to hold you there, and we'll take 3 minutes. Reach your arms long and narrow underneath you, maybe interlace your fingers lightly together. Let your breastbone lift. And feel your soft lower belly dropping in. So somewhere between your belly button and your pubic bone, and between your left and right front bony pelvic points at the front of the pelvis. Feel as you exhale that space hollows and drops in as if it's falling into the block. If your eyes are still open, remember to keep that real soft focus with your eyes. Well then, if, like me, you have your eyes closed, try not to let that be an opportunity to lose focus, but rather to refocus inwardly. Instead of something outwardly taking your gaze, watch inside your body. Press a little more firmly through your feet, particularly your heels. Lift your hips off the block. Roll your spine down. Rest knock-kneed. Feet are wide, knees rest together. Maybe slightly pigeon your toes. Walk your feet in narrower, hug the right knee into your chest, push the left leg straight down the floor and point your toes to the ceiling. See if your right peace fingers can wrap around your right big toe, And then left hand onto left hip as you straighten your right leg up. If you struggle to do that, you can keep the knee a little bit bent, or you can put a strap around your right foot. Let your right shoulder relax down and make sure the head hasn't lifted. Push out through the ball of your left foot on the floor so that inner left leg lengthens. Bend your left leg on the ground, put the foot wide, cross your right ankle onto the left knee, and then shift onto the outside of your right hip and let the legs fall across to the right with your left foot resting on the outer knee as an option. If it feels too intense with the ankle on the knee, just take your ankle off the knee. Undo the ankle, lift both knees, move your bottom back to the middle of the mat. Hug your left knee into the chest, push your right leg flat, toes point to the ceiling. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Left peace fingers catch hold of your left big toe. Right hand stays on right hip as you straighten your left leg the best you can. If it's way off straightening, then grab a strap around your foot instead. Bend your right leg on the floor, take your right foot wide on the mat, left ankle onto outside of right knee and drop your legs to the left. You don't need your arms for this. And again, if the left foot doesn't stay easily on the outer right knee, then just let your foot rest on the ground. Undo the foot, bring both knees up, re-center your bottom to the middle of the mat. Bring both knees up towards your shoulders, so knees are wide. Take both arms inside your legs. You can use your peace fingers around your big toes for happy baby. Or if you can easily get your hands a bit further round, catch hold of the outer sides of your feet. Get your knees wide. Try and keep your bottom as close to the floor as you can. Hug both knees into centre. Nose towards your knees, curl into a ball. Either turn to your side to come up to sitting or use your legs to help roll you up. Straighten your legs out in front. If you need to, you can put your bolster underneath the back of your knees for a forward bend as you bend forwards over your legs. So staying here a bit longer now, our final yin pose. Let your breath guide you to the first point of resistance, the first barrier you have. Notice it, so stay switched on, notice where that barrier is and just pause there. Feel rather than trying to push the barrier down with strength or with ego, see if you can just lean against the barrier of resistance until it feels like it dissolves away or just shifts away slightly. And then let yourself move more towards that new located barrier, or into the new fresher space as you go in deeper.
Again, probably you'll have your eyes closed. Use this not to tune out and switch off, but to tune in with a real delicate inner attentiveness. Feel at one, in alignment with every muscle fibre, every joint, every piece of connective tissue that wraps around your body. Notice it all shifting and changing with time. Whenever you feel like you're stuck in life, or you're in a place that you don't want to be, a situation you're not happy with, anything that feels like it's not in your greatest good, then let these poses be like a reminder to you that nothing is permanent, everything shifts, everything changes, there's transformation permanently. So the only guarantee is that there's always change. Just feel that within your body in these moments and remind yourself of that whenever you feel that stuckness in life. Make your way up.
This time take the bolster underneath the back of your knees. And lay it all the way down to rest comfortably. Let the sensations that linger in your body be evidence that you've opened up, that you've shifted things, that you've brought prana flow to new areas and spaces, coming back to you and feeding back to you as sensation. Breathe into your wholeness, breathe into the whole of your body, the whole of the space you find yourself in now. Invite your mind, and every aspect of yourself is in this welcome, open space. Envelop everything with kindness, with an inner warmth. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. Get your feet onto the bolster, push it away just enough that your feet can come onto the ground. Turn round, make your way to sitting. If there's any hint of rounding in your back when you sit, or any hint of tension in your hips, then sit on your bolster so you can sit up nice and straight. I'm going to sit on it just because it feels nice anyway. Crossing up your shin bones, and then take your right hand across to your left knee, and your left hand can just stay on the bolster behind your bottom. As you twist, look over your back shoulder. Sit bones dropping downward to the ground, but without rounding the back. Come through centre, switch the cross of your legs or the one in front, and then take the twist the other way. Sit bones drop, softness in your front ribs as you turn round. Back to centre, take your hands to your shoulders, stretch straight up like you did at the beginning. Drop your hips down as you reach up. Take your arms open out wide, stretch from your chest. Bring your hands back to prayer position. Namaste. Thank you all.